Hello, welcome to Live on KEXP. I'm your host, DJ Alex, here at independent listener-powered KEXP. We broadcast live on the dial in Seattle and the Bay Area. We broadcast 24/7 at KEXP.org as well as from our free mobile apps. KEXP is a nonprofit radio station. These live performances are made possible by donations from music fans from all over the world. To become a part of this community and make more of these sessions possible, you can make a donation anytime at KEXP.org. And today, I'm thrilled and honored to welcome Gia Margaret to our live performance space. She's going to play some songs, and then we'll have a chat. So without further ado, it's Gia Margaret, live on KEXP.
Everyone around me's dancing, but I am in the background static, closer to the ground, the planet, equilibrium. Everyone around me's glowing when I am in the dirt and bloated, and I covered a seed to grow it. Equilibrium. Everyone around is seeing, but I am underneath the ceiling, and everything unsaid, it sinks in for a little too long. Everyone is so ecstatic. Well, I am in the bath and that's it. Lucy's next to me, half smiling. My little equilibrium. Everyone around me's dancing. Everyone around me's dancing. Everyone around me's dancing, but I am in the back, I'm standing.
It's Gia Margaret, live on KEXP. When I was miles away, I felt it in a summer wind. And when the sadness
this is too great? Will you say that the world is big? And there we roll there, even when it feels like shit. Remember when I felt the thing alive inside, and all the songs I could have sung, I chose to fight. Even when it feels like this, with all the optimism you could fit into Lake Michigan, I tried. Praying to whatever's there, a God, a friend that's gonna spirit up, a seed to let fly. Miles away, I can't remember how. When I was miles away, I felt you around. With all the optimism you could fit into Lake Michigan, I tried. I'm praying to whatever's there, God, a friend that's gonna spirit up, a seed to let fly.
Beautiful. It's Gia Margaret live on KEXP.
You went home and you got the flu, and then you told me about it. How and what am I to really do? from a message you sent, and I wanna be a good friend, so I'm writing a song for you. Rushed ahead, you couldn't get to sleep, so you had tea with Rodri. And how and what am I to really think when you do that without me? I'm on a bus to work, a full day ahead, a flash of light from a message you sent, and I wanna be a good friend, so I'm writing a song for you. Passing car, a cigarette, a flash of light from a message you sent, and I wanna be a good friend, so I'm writing a song for you.
Love the Gregorian chants that are sampled in that track. It's Gia Margaret live on KEXP.
It hurts the face to smile when I don't feel light, but it's more comfortable to curl my lips to yours. But what is the use of being alive if you don't show that emotion you're covering up? Show that emotion you're covering up. But I want the moon to rise, to become magnified, to slow down a lifeline, examine the inside. But what is the use of being alive if you don't show that emotion you're covering up? Show that emotion you're covering up. Anything you want. Will you sing me anything? Anything you want. Will you sing me anything? Anything you want.
All right, it's Gia Margaret live on KEXP, playing songs from the new album Singing, closing up with Emotion, the closing track off the album. Good Friend before that, Alive Inside, and kicking things off was Everyone Around Me Dancing. Gia, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, can you go ahead and introduce who's joining you today?
Sure. I have Adam Schatz, also known as Landlady, on saxophone, Abby Gundersen on keys and vocals, and Ryan Hemsworth on all the other fun things.
Awesome. Thank you all for being here today, sharing the music. Singing, it's the name of the album. It's simple, straight to the point, and it's what you're doing after a couple albums that were largely instrumental. And the road to getting to this album was unexpected, bit scary, and there's it's pivotal to the record. So I'm hoping for folks that aren't aware, can you give a little bit of the backstory to the making of this album and its title?
Yeah. Well, I went on tour kind of vigorously in early 2019, and I suffered a vocal injury. So then I was unable to sing for a bit, and I made a bunch of instrumental music and didn't know how long that was going to take. So this kind of felt like a long time coming. But the title, I mean, the album is about so many things, but mainly the end goal was that I could sing again. So I don't know if that's long enough of a story, but
that's great. How does it feel to be singing again after all these years?
It feels weird.
Yeah.
It feels great though, and I'm so lucky to be able to do it and release this music. And like I said, I didn't know if I would be able to again, so it's kind of surreal. And to be here at KEXP.
Well, it's awesome that you're singing again. Awesome that you're here. Definitely puts you in a more vulnerable space, putting your voice out there again in a lot of ways. But you've got an amazing cast of featured players on the album playing a supportive role. Folks like David Bazan, Kurt Vile, Amy Milan, Deb Talon, Arva Henriksen. Adam plays on the record. Anybody else I'm missing there? It's an awesome list. Guy Sigsworth, helped co-produce the album, right?
Sean Carey
produced
a couple songs.
I think it's just super cool. You've got all these different artists that get kind of wrapped up into the world of the album.
Yeah.
From like Arva Henriksen's lonely trumpet that kicks off the album to Kurt Vile's kind of like ripping solo to wrap things up on the last album. But Guy Sigsworth, you mentioned one of the co-producers on the album, kind of a low-key legendary artist, produced Seal's Crazy almost 30 years ago, worked with Madonna, Bjork, and seemingly has made some music that has been super formative to your ears, to your music, and all that. I'm curious how that connection came about and what it was like working with him.
I'm not even sure how we got connected, but I met him in 2019, just right after I canceled a bunch of tours. So it kind of felt like, oh, what bad timing to meet this person that I've always wanted to work with. And we became friends and kept in touch. But I spent a lot of time, probably starting at the age of 16, listening to Details by Frou Frou. So that was my introduction to him. And then later on, I realized, I had listened and loved a lot of other songs that he produced, like Seal, Crazy, and What It Feels Like for a Girl by Madonna.
I love that song.
Just iconic. And there's a Britney Spears song, probably one of the few that I loved as a kid. Oh my God, what was the song?
Every Time.
Ryan's
just gorgeous production. And so I think I realized I had been a fan of his for much longer. And working with him was a dream.
Yeah.
Amazing. And he's so humble and down to earth. And I flew out to London and we recorded in his home studio, and it was a very familial operation.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Good Friend is one of the tracks he helped produce.
Yes.
And it features some really cool Gregorian chants being sampled at the end there. Any story behind that getting introduced as an idea?
I'm just a huge Enigma fan. And have been for my whole life. And that song, I think production-wise, for me, was all about accessing joy. And I was just
recalling all of the things that brought me a lot of joy just as a music fan, and, you know, showing Guy Gregorian chanting and him encouraging that happening on the song felt really good, but also just like record scratches and just other things that you don't really hear in like this genre of music. So I feel, really lucky that I was encouraged and it wasn't like just set aside.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Very cool. Guy's been kind of instrumental in some of the use of autotune.
Yes.
With working with Imogen Heap. You used some autotune on the record. And I think you've talked a little bit about using it on the record in ways that I don't know if I totally thought about ahead of time, as far as it just kind of the artistic choice and kind of by necessity with your recovery. So I'm kind of wondering if you can talk a little bit about how you used it on the record. Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, I'm a huge fan of, I keep saying I'm a fan of this, I'm a fan of that, but cool. I'm a lover of vocoding, and I've always loved that sound, and I always thought it was so emotive. And getting a vocoder really helped me feel more free in my body and feel more liberated with this thing that, I don't know, I felt like it took off some pressure of feeling like I had to come back strong and I had to like hit every note perfectly. And I think eventually it just became something that I guess became part of the palette, you know. But I know it's like a polarizing choice, and some of it is very intense, but I just was having so much fun with it, and I just kind of followed that feeling of enjoying singing into the pedals and vocoding and just using my voice as an instrument too. Yeah.
No, I think it can be amazing, and it sounds really cool to my ears.
Thank you.
The previous two records you put out were largely ambient, instrumental as you were recovering, and there's a couple pieces on the new record that do nod to kind of the where you've come from with those previous two records. One being ambient for Ichiko, in reference to the Japanese musician Ichiko Aoba, amazing musician who did a live session here just over a year ago or so. But hoping to talk about how you got connected with her and kind of maybe how she's part of the story leading up to Singing coming out.
Yeah, I was asked to open for some of her shows last year, and those were my first shows in maybe 4 years. Like, I think that was my first tour, and I created these instrumental pieces to perform on stage with some of these new songs that weren't released yet. But there was such a welcoming energy, and I was so nervous, and I just feel like they just made me feel like it was all going to be okay. And because that experience was so positive, I felt like I wanted to tour more. And I think I'll always think of her just side stage, just like this encouraging energy, and just seeing her there was such a comfort. So I took one of those interludes that I made for that tour and expanded on it and put it on the album, because it just felt like it was part of this process for me. And yeah.
That's lovely.
And I also just have such an admiration for her music, and yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's all led to Singing, the new album, fourth album in your catalog, and that you got to be here today to perform tracks off of it live.
Thank you so much.
So thank you to everyone for being here today to perform.
Thanks for having us. Yeah. It's a dream come true.
I want to thank you for listening and watching this session. You can find more sessions by subscribing to the KEXP YouTube channel, and these sessions are made possible by donor support, which you can make at any time at kexp.org, and your gift goes directly to supporting more sessions just like this. So big thanks to Jim, Kevin, KEXP crew, and especially big thanks to Gia Margaret for performing live today.
Thank you.
It's been Gia Margaret live on KEXP.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.